Okay, so we're back for round 17. Let's just quickly go through Delta's Go, just in case I didn't cover it in my my little bit with JDK. So, because the original game plan was to go for Germany in a few rounds, Delta was buying fighters, and we changed our plan. Now we've changed our plan now, so that's just why he's got a bit of a strange build, but it's fine. We were just thinking about all hands going to Moscow, so given the rounds, we wanted some kind of more aerial power for Russia, but that's fine. Obviously, no purchases for Germany this round after the capture. They've moved everything back into Berlin, which is probably the right move, just to make sure to try and hold it as best they can. So that's fair enough. On to me. So not a lot for us to do really here. Just move things in really. So we're going for the attack next round. Next round. So everything I build here is going to be actually in play for next time. So I think I want to. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. 4 and 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right. Well, that's my attack plan then. So we'll have 4 and 4. I'm going to drop this lad off into France to try and grab this for some extra IPC as well. Because I don't think he'll be risking pushing out anywhere now, so we'll be able to take everything we can. So we'll grab all we can. I'm going to be a bit careful about this bomber. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, the problem is I've got nothing else in range apart from this artillery. So we could essentially protect this transport just by landing in northwestern, but it's not really. I want France really. That's a bit annoying. Can this bomber reach my C zone here is the question. 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think so. There's no way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the best route, and it can't. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll trust my counting that they can't reach this C zone. Okay, so that's 4 infantry, 4 tanks. We'll have a bit of aerial support as well from the bombers and fighters that we have available. Okay, let's do it. So let's grab this one, grab one of you and hit France. Bombing Germany for all it's worth. The main objective for me now is to try and minimise what the US is attacking against next round. So bombing raids obviously will reduce the amount of infantry he's going to purchase for round 18, which would be the attacking round. Yeah. I'm going to blitz tank through to Italy, why not? Grabbing all we can. Sorry, yeah, I should have said we've basically changed our idea now. We thought we might need Russia initially to take on Germany, but given how well the attack went against Berlin last round, we've worked out the odds. We're not going to need Russia at all, so it's going to be purely an attack from me first of all, following on with JDK and the US finishing it off. The odds are really, really good for the US to take it, so we thought the stronger play, instead of Russia marching over to, Berlin as well, would be to hold them here, hold the Russian troops here, and just try and delay Japan for a round or two. Having them sitting in India is really nice for us. Definitely buys Moscow a round or two, which is good. Right, taking this. Thinking anything else I can do to harass? No, I think that's probably it actually. Check the map notes. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, that looks good to me. Let's do it. Let's see how lucky our bombing raids are. Okay. Ooh, pretty pricey. That's not too good. Not too good. And low hits on the ones that did get through. That's what you call a pretty crap raid. Oh well, it happens. Move those guys back. So we're moving all our troops now. defend up here. Just against this Japanese bomber. Moving the fighters to Western Europe, sorry, Western Russia, because there's JDK is going to deploy some bombers here, so we need protection against the Japanese Air Force. I might just roll a tank. No, that's fine. 2 tanks. Yeah, that's fine. Just going to push everything. That's risky, actually. Never mind. Just going to make this. Is it Southern Europe? Yeah. It's a bit of an awkward recapture if you wanted to spend a few infantry trying to take back some of these things. That's not going to be an option now. In fact, we can even do this as well. Let's split the troops up between these two. So that's, yeah, there's no way he's going to attack that with no air force. So all of this is safe now, this entire ring around eastern Germany. He might go for France, but I doubt it. We'll see. So fleet's gone back up there. We protected the bomber deployment. The sub. I should have gone for attack here actually, just for the fun of it. Never mind. So I think that looks pretty good. Don't think we need to do anything else. I'm pretty sure that transport is safe, but we'll find out on TPang's turn. So 4 tanks, 4 infantry deployed. Okay, how are we looking? 359 versus 326. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, round 18 is going to be the attacking round. So JDK this round will get into position, move his final tanks and infantry into striking range of Berlin. He'll ship in everything he can infantry wise, probably up here, and then we can launch a final assault in round 18. So I'll go first, obviously. Try and kill as much as I can. I'll commit all my troops to the attack, so I'll make sure I don't everything yeah, everything of mine will die, but the thing is, for me, I want to try and kill as many infantry as I can of the German force to allow JDK a pretty easy take, hopefully, next round. So we'll see what happens, but we're definitely coming down to it now. It's yeah. We're in the penultimate, well, the closing rounds now, I think, as Germany puts up a last stand. But yeah, it's been a good game though, good game. Anyway, I'll see you for round 18 and the attack. Okay, welcome back to round 18, and probably the decisive round of this game, I think. I think the game will be won or lost here. So, let's jump in. Round 17, Japan. Infantry, 1 tank, 1 artillery. Egypt, okay. I expected this to happen sooner. I think I mentioned before. I think I expected this to happen sooner. I think the Japanese had the fleet to try and attack Africa a lot quicker than they did. But they're going for it now. Obviously, they've got complete control of this southern region. Persia, obviously, the main stack into Persia. Avenki and Novo. We've still got the Russians defending the Caucasus. They can't win this fight, the Japanese. So probably what they'll do. Oh, they've backed off here. It's okay. Yeah, I think it was because the Russians were in Kazakh, I believe, last round, or so they're in Kazakh, which forced these units back, and now this round they've pulled forward. Okay, fair enough. So I was expecting them to be converging on Kazakh, but they couldn't because of the Russian army there. So okay, fair enough. So I think the Japanese goal now will be to converge on Kazakh at some point, and then obviously try and take Russia. But that's a couple of rounds away at least. Oops. Round 17. 4 bombers. Oof. Obviously we're getting all the heavy hitters ready for our attack this round. So yeah, getting it all prepped. I'm assuming those 3 transports went to this side, 56. Yep. So we're taking the Hawaiian Islands as well, given they're not protected right now, so we can snag these. Get into the Victory City, so we're almost there. We'll have these 2. So actually, we'll be 1 away very, very shortly. The final one will probably come from India as we press back this way, or if we get a resign. I assume that might happen first, but we'll see. So yeah, just prepping things over here. Delta, 2 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 artillery. Okay, infantry's gone for a fighter there. And Germany possibly the last round in this game. So 7 infantry purchased, good choice. Some complex repairs. Interestingly, he took Italy, destroyed 1 tank. What did he move with? Okay, fair enough. Oh, so he went for France as well. Okay, so he... Damn. I think he was just trying to snag some last-minute IPC here by Italy and France, but luckily we held on to France, which is nice. That's going to be mine now for the rest of the game, hopefully. Awesome. Okay, so the big one. Let's do it. Round 18. Okay, so to be fair, I've got a lot of IPC to spend. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess the plan moving forward after this is going to be to help out against Japan, obviously. I'm not sure if I want to do that with a fleet or with ground troops moving through Europe. Let's just have a look at this. What's this going to cost? Okay, that's fine. I think we'll do this for one more round. We'll obviously have 4 full transports prepped to land back into Europe as well for a bit more support if we need it. Let's do that. Right. Here we go, the big one. Now, what we've decided on Discord is that I'm going to go for possibly just a 1-round attack on Berlin and try and conserve, hopefully, some ground units and all my aircraft for the fight against Japan, because we've worked out that the odds for the US here are completely fine, even without me committing everything. So I think we're going to, just do what I can with 1 round of attack and then pull out. So I'll try and kill as many as I can in that 1 round, and then we'll save the aircraft for future battles. So here we go. 1 in. 12, 18, 23, 24. Definitely attacking this time, not bombing. 26. Oh, okay, weird. Final transports, tanks, infantry. 2 bombardments, 34 attackers. Nice. So we should be surviving this. At least I'd hope we survive this. That'd be incredibly unlucky not to survive the first round. That's all I can do. I'm tempted to go for a kind of kamikaze sub-attack here, but that's just pointless. 2 battleships is going to be... The odds are infinitely stacked against us. Right, okay, I think that's probably going to do it for us. I can't see any other possible moves we can make here. I think we're all in now. Alright, let's roll. Let's roll the dice. There we go. I'm not sure what I'm hoping to get here, actually. We'll see. I think 10 will be nice, but I think that's probably going to a guarantee. Okay, that's a good start. 2 hits on the bombardment. Good. Hopefully no hits in the air defense. Perfect so far. So obviously we need to be taking hits on our amphibious assaulters, basically. So we take the hits on these because these guys can't retreat. So I'm going to try and retreat with some land units if possible. But we'll see. So let's roll. 1 hit. 4. Oof, that's pretty poor. That's pretty poor. That's terrible, actually. 7 hits for all of that. I was expecting at least 10 there. That's really bad. So we're going to get hit. We're going to get hit hard now on the return fire. We've killed an anti-aircraft gun there, which is good. I guess we did have +2 on the roll as well. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, that's painful. I think it's just pretty much everything dead. So let's just do this. Let's do this as we would normally. But I think that's pretty much everything gone. Look at that. Not great, but it was enough. I think we've done enough to give the US an easier time. Wow, look at that. What was fortunate though for us there, we didn't lose any aircraft. Either in the anti-air attack and then also in the main fight, we've saved all our aircraft, which is good. So we'll take that, I guess, but that's brutal. Wow. Yeah, I'm pulling out of that fight. So we killed 38 worth of IPC worth of troops. That's not too bad. Not too bad. It's all about being part of a team. Take one for the team there, definitely. Pull this back. 2 there, and let's land the main stack. I suppose put them there, it's fine. Okay, so not a great. I was hoping for a little bit more on the attack, I'll be honest, but still, that's fine. It did enough. So now the numbers are obviously going to be, I've not worked at the odds, but they're not, yeah, they're heavily in favour of US here. They shouldn't have a problem taking this at all. At which point we need to heavily, yeah, very quickly steer the troops around, do a 180 and head back towards this Russian-Japanese border in Asia and try and help them. I think also we need to very quickly get some troops down to Africa to make sure we don't lose too much IPC to the Japanese troops here, because it's going to be a pain to retake this, so I think we want to try and get on top of this as quickly as we can. But yeah, not too bad. Get some more troops back in. And then we go back to TPang for Japan round 18. 231 attack power, bloody hell, they're so strong. So strong. We are now definitely the weakest ally of that massacre in Berlin. But no, I think the game is in the bag now, though. I don't see us losing this from now. Once Germany falls, it's going to be, you know, 3 powers versus 1. So I think it's only a matter of time. It's good. I think Japan obviously has got a lot of fight left in them, and given the army they've got a huge army, both naval and land. But yeah, it's inevitable against three allied powers that they're going to lose at some point. But yeah, there we go. That was round 18. So I'll jump back for JDK's round 18 move, because obviously we want to record the capture of Berlin, and we'll see where it goes from there. But there we go. That's my round 18. I'll see you back for JDK's turn. Okay, we're back for JDK's turn on round 18, and the most decisive move of this game, I think. So hopefully we'll be in Berlin this round, and Germany will be dead. Now, I'm not sure if he wanted to take Italy as well this round. He potentially could do if he pulls off a few tanks and or a tank and some, yeah, probably a few tanks and some planes. But maybe just go for Berlin. We'll mop these up next time. That's fine. Don't necessarily need these two territories just yet. I'm more curious about if they're going to resign actually after this turn's been taken, because TPang is still obviously extremely strong. He has the biggest force out of any of us, but just combined, it's not quite going to be able to withstand us at the end of this. Obviously, he's going to take Hawaiian Lines this go as well, which would be nice. So we're back up to hopefully 8 out of 10. Very shortly 9, as I mentioned before. So it will just be a case of fighting for something either in India or Philippines, Shanghai. One of these 3 will be the one to fall for us to gain the victory, and it's most likely going to be India, because we'll have all our land forces now moving towards Japan. So we'll be it's probably going to be quite a big deadlock near India as we try and kill it off. Okay, here we go. The moves. Make sure I follow so we can jump into the battle straight away. Don't miss this. So we're going to go for Hawaii, obviously, to take this. We're also going to go for an escalation in the Pacific now, because we're assuming Berlin will fall this round, which means that every land unit we have in Europe will be heading straight towards Japan and probably India. So the key now is to try and get Japan spending on 2 fronts, and hopefully keep them tied up in the water while we obviously... because we've got a lot of land units here, and US should have a fair amount left after this fight. Obviously I'll be shipping things in round by round, so yeah, we want to keep them tied up on 2 fronts, which means they can't effectively defend both ways. So we'll be able to wear them out eventually. But here we are, 94. Jeez. Are we just going to go for an attack on Italy? Fair enough. Okay, so the final count, we're going to try and take Italy with 4 units. What is he putting here? He's putting 3 tanks and a fighter. Fair enough. That should win. And 103 units for Berlin. The final assault in Europe. So I think he's good. Nothing more to really be done. Just asking him to go Hawaii first or Berlin. I think, yeah, we'll do Hawaii first. I think you have to because it's a amphibious assault, but still, nice to get this one done first. Bit of a warm up for the main event. So bombardments, I think we 1 hit. Okay, 1 hit on that. No return fire. Okay, not bad. Right, so Hawaiian Islands are ours, which is good. No return fire at all. Awesome. Pretty lucky. Okay, now the big one. Here we go. There's no anti-air, which is great, so all his planes are safe. So it's just a straight fight. 10 hits. Oof. 31 versus 22. There we go. Half the infantry died straight away. 4, 11, 4 and 4, 23. That's almost all the infantry gone. 19 return fire. Still only denting the infantry for us, which is good. And that should be the killer blow, I think. 20, yep, that's it. Germany falls, and what do we get in return fire? 6 in return fire, wow. So we kept all our artillery, which is fantastic. It's still, I've got a big chunk of infantry level left. We've still got about, well, 18 left, I believe. Huge. So a lot of US forces. 248, wow. For 141. There we go. Berlin falls. And to mop up the rest of the final. This is the final German stronghold. Well, not stronghold, but defensive line. 2 hits on the combat. Just 1. That's fine. 1 return fire. Not a problem. Odds are heavily stacked. The final infantry, well, the final unit for Germany, 1 artillery, gets killed. And no return fire. There we go. So, Germany is officially dead. Well played to Racerman though for the game. He played really well. I mean, both of them, TPang and Racerman, have played really solid. I think the move that killed the game was this little the sneaky attack through Bulgaria, and it's not easy to pick it up. I've only started noticing it more this season because I've had it done to me so many times by better players than me, and then it's made me in my head think about it more often now. If I notice that there's a possibility for it, it's made me more aware of it. That's the only reason I spotted it. I think yeah, just through bad experiences of my own. But it's a really awkward one to notice. But I think that gave us the way into Berlin initially. And that obviously put Germany way behind for a round, and gave us the massive momentum swing that we needed to take it. So there we go. So Germany dead, and the US has still got an enormous amount of troops left. So there's still 40 infantry and artillery, plus some tanks. All the planes are obviously fine. So we've still got 6 planes. That's 3 carriers worth. So obviously we'll be shipping these fighters in over there as soon as possible. And moving all of this towards Japan. Okay, so Delta's just taking his move now on round 19. So he noticed that the stack in Persia, Japanese stack, was vulnerable to this the Russian stack in the Caucasus. We have odds to take this. It's close. I forget what the exact odds were, but it was about 60-something% I think in our favour. So it's doable, but very easily could swing. I think we're gonna have to just be careful if we have a really bad first roll or first round of combat. Maybe better just to pull out instead of committing to it. Okay, he's going for it. So basically we've decided if it's a bad first round of combat, then he's going to pull out under a certain point. If it's not too bad, we'll push on. But anyway, here we go. So air defense. God, it's so slow. No hits in the air defense, which is nice. That's good. Right, here we go. The main test. 7 hits on the infantry. 4 hits with the infantry artillery. 18 hits, not bad. That's about what we'd expect, I think. He mentioned 17 or 18 hits, so he's going to press on here. Hopefully get a lot less than that on return fire, but I don't think we will. It's going to be pretty painful, this one. Whenever the game starts to load. So 9. Okay, yeah, really nice response. That's awesome. So only 13 hits on the defense, perfect. So we'll definitely press on this one. Great first round. Okay, there we go, right. So 6 hits in the infantry, 5 and 4, not too bad, 15. Definitely take that. So almost all these things are dead. Okay, another 15 back, that's fine. Got more than enough infantry to deal with that. So it's pretty much now going to be hitting the tank, so 3 artillery left. Now dead from the infantry shots. 10, perfect. So we're now denting the tanks, which is nice. What's the return from the tanks? Oof, pretty heavy, but that's fine. Yeah, the odds are, I think, pretty much guaranteed now at this point. 5, 10 hits, so they're dead. That's the main Japanese stack dead. Fantastic. 4 hits in return fire, so there's some infantry to spare, which is great. Awesome, awesome. 210 down versus 123 for Russia. Fantastic. We did work out the odds as well. We worked out the odds for holding Moscow as well. It's totally fine. I'm going to have 4 units to bring in. Plus Russia can land back on all their planes and the anti-air. And also he'll be deploying in Russia itself. So there's no chance of Russia falling, really. We may lose the stack. I've not worked the odds for this, but it looks like it's going to be fairly good for us, actually. I don't think they can do... Yeah, 9 tanks versus 6. I think the Japanese might just have the odds, not sure. 16 versus 4, 13, yeah, I think the Japanese have probably got that. That's fine though, that's fine. We've killed the main stat, which is the main thing. Obviously, yeah, the Japanese land presence is greatly diminished now at this point. And plus we're stacking the fleet on the west coast of US, so they don't have the time or the resources to spend both on escalating the fleet and obviously building back up their army. So that's probably going to do the game, I think. That's definitely decided. So 2 killer blows really this round. Well, these 2 goes. Yeah, great work. So I'm keen to see what happens with obviously it's skipped through Germany now because they've got no land units left to move, so it'll go straight through to me now. So I'm keen to see what TPang does and Racerman if they want to call it here or keep fighting for a bit. I think this may be some kind of influence on that on that result, because it's going to be a very tough call to come back from this now. Yeah, 140 now to 261, so huge losses. I think that's probably, yeah, I think it's time to call it now. 140 versus 159 and the spare change for the other 2 allied powers. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll take my move in a second, and we'll jump back on and see what happens. Okay, so we were watching pretty much all of the end of the round 18 action and beginning of round 19, so that's fine. We'll just keep pressing on. By the way, this is a new bug with the update that came out today, I believe. Sometimes it skews the purchase thing off, and you can't do anything. You have to sort of click away and click back onto it. It's a bit of a very minor bug, but it is a bug nonetheless. Okay, right. So I mean, yeah, there's not a lot for us to do really. I think I'm going to put a complex into France. I'm going to probably be building planes here to ship into Russia, but honestly I feel like TPang and Racerman will probably resign this round. We'll see if they do or not. If he wants to fight on, that's fine. I don't mind that at all, because Japan has still got some, a lot of presence in the game, but it's just, yeah, I think it's going to be an extremely tough call to bring this one back. I think it's almost a guarantee the Allies have won now. But yeah, we'll keep going until they want to stop. That's fine. So 4 infantry, 4 artillery for UK. Building the complex in France, so any spare change we'll just drop in some fighters there and ship them forward. Not a problem. So I'm going to grab my final bit of German territory here. I want to claim this for me. Let's grab this boy. Okay, it's going to be awkward though. There we go. And no combat to do apart from that, I believe. Let's bombard it with the open territory. Let's bombard it. Okay, cool. Bring everything forward. Just about click my units there. One, two, three, yeah. There's no danger to the US, the Allied fleet in the Atlantic now, because there's no Japanese landing zones anywhere around here now. So there's no way. They have to be within 3 spaces to hit anything in the ocean there. That's fine. Okay, that's about it I think for me. So we'll be shipping directly into Karelia, and just trying to reinforce Russia as quick as we can. Actually, I probably just should have grabbed both units there and put them into northwestern here, to be fair, but that's fine. There we go. So on to TPang. Okay, so this is round 21 and the final round of this game. TPang and Racerman resigned, which I think was the right call given the situation in the game. TPang made one last attempt on Russia. We left it as well defended as it could be, because we were sort of yeah, a little bit out of position with with take on Berlin, but we managed to hold on just. Our defense profile wasn't set up correctly though. We were taking hits on fighters before bombers, which was a bit of a shame. So we did lose all our fighters, but it didn't really matter in the end. We still held the territory, and then we had a lot of US fighters nearby, ready to be shipped in this round, or the end of last round rather. If we should hold it, we did. So yeah, there was no hope after this. This is now rock solid. There was no hope for the Japanese to get back into Moscow. But there we go, that's the game. I think, yeah, well played to all the players. Racerman, JDK, Delta and TPang. Everyone played a really solid game. It's definitely the closest community game we've had. I'm not sure if it's the longest, I have to double check. But yeah, it feels like the longest one as well. But it's definitely the closest. Yeah, great game the whole way through. I do enjoy the sort of the strategy element of this with you know, playing with multiple people. Discussing things behind the scenes, you know, planning our moves out. It's good fun, that kind of side of things. And we needed to as well, because they played really solid the whole way through, so we had to be extremely careful with how we moved, because they were, yeah, very strong players. But there we go, that's community game number 5, done. So, thanks for watching, I'll see you in community game number 6.